We're here at the Richard Ray All-American Park for our prt508 risk management video. Here we have posted park rules, regulations, park hours, and a number that you can text if there's any problems in the park, as well as a caution sign for venomous snakes and reptiles. This park features a playground structure with signage indicating it is appropriate for ages 5 to 12. So recently the city has started construction on a new amphitheater. This is located directly behind the playground. If you look, there's only a small construction fence blocking off the amphitheater from the rest of the playground, and in some areas the fence has fallen down. If a child was to make it past the flimsy construction barrier and onto the other side of the hill, this is what would greet them. We have a retention pond with nothing more than stakes and strings preventing children from falling in, construction equipment, several ledges, and other dangerous tripping hazards. The park also features several walking trails, which are beautifully landscaped. However, this erosion control area features jagged, sharp rocks, a great place for snakes and falls. As you can see, there's nothing in this area preventing children from walking into the rocks, possibly falling down or getting injured in some way. One good thing the park has done has posted signs near the labyrinth where people are not supposed to climb on the rocks. Hey there, little Mike. That's not safe. So, some of the things that we've seen in this video today were normal, everyday risks associated with being at the park. Take the playground, for example. You could trip and fall, get cut, scraped, even the potential for more serious injuries like concussions. However, the playground wasn't my biggest area of concern. It was really well maintained. It follows current guidelines for the type and depth of surrounding ground covering. In this case it was shredded tire. So very soft and safe for the kids to play on. My biggest area of concern, however, was the construction area that was located directly behind the playground. This new amphitheater that they're building is going to be a great addition to the park, but until it's completed, there needs to be more precaution taken to prevent somebody from going up that hill and being injured on the other side. The area is so easily accessible, even by small children, and there's several apparent dangers. The retention pond with no significant barrier preventing somebody from falling in. There's construction equipment that is just sitting there waiting for somebody to climb onto and then subsequently fall off of. The ground had these deep ruts in it, perfect for tripping or perhaps spraining an ankle. And all of that construction netting was held in place by giant stakes of rusty metal. I mean, it's essentially a tetanus shot waiting to happen. So the only thing right now is this small plastic construction netting preventing anyone from going on the other side. And it's falling down in several places, so there's realistically nothing preventing anyone from going over the hill. I mean, we literally just walked up the hill to take this video. So while a child, you would hope, would prefer to stay on the playground and play on the playground, this hill definitely represents an attractive nuisance, and then it becomes dangerous once they get on the other side of it and there's this active sort of construction area. So my solution to make this area safer is essentially just putting a more significant barrier in place. It wouldn't be complicated, although it would be a little pricey. So temporary chain link fencing runs between $4 and $5 per linear foot. It's not cheap, but it's definitely cheaper than a lawsuit. So put up the fencing around, the full length of the hill. Make sure that there's signage posted warning people that this is an active construction area. They need to stay away. Even just a do not enter sign, right? My other areas of concern were really just side notes. The oyster rock that's in that erosion control area, it's very sharp, very jagged. I'd like to see it replaced with something that was a little bit less dangerous, a different aggregate of some kind, maybe crushed limestone. It would be pretty labor intensive, and a different aggregate would run around $35 a yard, but it would be safer. So the boulders that are over by the labyrinth, very reminiscent of the case study we had in class about the boulders inside the rec center lobby. These are just outside. And so even though there's sort of this afterthought of a note that says don't climb on the rocks, even while we were filming, just off screen, there was a young girl climbing on the rocks, and while her parent sat there and played Pokemon Go. So clearly the word's not getting out. The signage needs to be a little bit more visible to the general public. As far as management implications, they're not really significant. Basically, you just have to ramp up the effort by the staff, make sure that there's policies in place that state that when we have an active construction area going on, whether it's maintenance or expansion, it needs to be sufficiently barricaded from the public, and there needs to be signage posted. I would even go so far as to alert maybe local news media organizations that this construction is being done, just to help people be aware of it, and this is an area that you don't need to be playing in. The fencing, while it is expensive, it's probably necessary. I would definitely suggest them purchasing the temporary fencing rather than trying to rent it anytime that they need it, so that way we just sort of have a one-time cost. It is a city park, so they could possibly get funding through the Parks and Rec Department, City Manager's Office, Safety Bureau, or even just grants and donations from the community would probably help them stay within budget. It's definitely a worthy investment. So that's my recommendations. I hope that you guys have enjoyed my first ever YouTube video. Maybe it will go viral. And hopefully this will spark some good thought-provoking discussion between myself and the class. So thanks so much for watching.